One UI 7.0 is shaping up to be an update packed with exciting features and improvements. However, there's one change that might not sit well with Galaxy device users. Samsung has announced that Edge panel downloads from the Galaxy Store will no longer be supported on devices running One UI 7.0 or later. Let's break down what this means and how it could affect you. For years, Galaxy users have been able to enhance their multitasking experience by downloading and customizing Edge panels from the Galaxy Store. These panels allow quick access to apps, contacts, tools, and other useful features, making them a favorite among Samsung users. Currently, on One UI 6.11, users can access the Edge panel storefront by opening the Edge panel settings and tapping the Galaxy Store button. This takes them to a dedicated section where both free and paid Edge panels are available for download. However, Samsung recently issued a termination notice confirming that this feature will be discontinued in One UI 7.0. Once users upgrade, they'll no longer be able to browse, acquire, or download new Edge panels from the Galaxy Store. If you're worried about losing the Edge panels you already have, there's some good news. Any Edge panels installed on your device before upgrading to One UI 7 will remain available. These can be accessed through the My Apps section of the Galaxy Store. But here's where it gets tricky. If you uninstall any Edge panels after upgrading, even the ones you've paid for, you won't be able to re-download them. Samsung has clarified that once a panel is removed, it's gone for good. This limitation applies to both free and paid Edge panels. So if there's a specific panel you love or one you've purchased, make sure you don't uninstall it after upgrading to One UI 7. It's worth noting that while the Edge panel storefront is being phased out, the Edge panel feature itself will remain part of One UI 7. Users will still be able to use the panels already installed on their devices. However, this move raises questions about the future of Edge panels. Could this be the first step in Samsung's plan to phase out the feature altogether? While there's no official confirmation, the discontinuation of the Edge panel Galaxy Store might hint at bigger changes down the line. If you're using a device running One UI 6.11 or an earlier version, you don't need to worry about any immediate changes. The Edge panel Galaxy Store will remain operational for these devices, allowing users to continue downloading and using new panels as they wish. But for how long? That's unclear. Samsung hasn't provided a timeline for how long the Galaxy Store support for Edge panels will last on older One UI versions. If you rely heavily on Edge panels and don't plan to upgrade to One UI 7, you'll still have access for now. For many Galaxy device users, this news may come as a disappointment. The ability to customize Edge panels has been a unique feature that sets Samsung's One UI apart from other Android experiences. Losing access to the Edge panel Galaxy Store means fewer options for personalization and functionality in future updates. If you're planning to upgrade to One UI 7, it's crucial to review the Edge panels currently on your device. Decide which ones you want to keep and avoid uninstalling them after the update. This way, you can continue using your favorite panels without losing access. Samsung hasn't explicitly stated why it's discontinuing support for Edge panel downloads, but there are a few possibilities. As Samsung continues to refine its software, we'll keep an eye on how these changes impact the overall user experience. If you're an Edge panel enthusiast, be sure to prepare for the update by safeguarding the panels you love. And stay tuned for more updates on One UI 7. What do you think about this change? Will it affect your experience with One UI? Let us know in the comments below. Showdown between two of the biggest heavyweights in the smartphone world, Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max and Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra. Both of these phones push the boundaries of mobile technology, offering cutting-edge features and exceptional performance. But which one takes the crown as the best big phone of 2024? Let's dive in and compare them side by side. Design. Starting with the design, both phones have distinct looks that reflect their brand identities. The iPhone 16 Pro Max stays true to Apple's iconic rectangular shape with flat sides and soft corners. This year, it features an even slimmer bezel, allowing for a larger 6.9-inch display. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, keeps its sleek, curved edges and integrates the ever-popular S Pen, a feature unique to Samsung's Ultra series. Size-wise, the differences are minimal. The iPhone 16 Pro Max measures 163mm at 77.6mm, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra is slightly shorter, but a bit wider at 162.3mm x 79mm. That extra width allows room for the S Pen, which gives Samsung an edge in productivity. Apple, however, introduces something new this year, the camera control button, a capacitive touch key that allows for zooming and other camera controls with a swipe. When it comes to color options, Apple sticks with its sophisticated muted tones, white, black, natural, and the new Desert Titanium. Samsung goes for more variety with options like titanium violet and yellow. And for those ordering through Samsung's website, you get access to exclusive colors like titanium blue and green. Display. Now, onto the display. Both phones deliver top-tier screen technology. The iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts a 6.9-inch OLED display with a buttery-smooth 120Hz refresh rate. As with the iPhone 15 Pro series, you also get the always-on display feature, which lowers the refresh rate to just 1 Hz when the phone is idle. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't far behind with its stunning 6.8-inch AMOLED display that also supports 120Hz refresh rates and an always-on feature. One advantage Samsung brings is an anti-reflective coating, making outdoor visibility much easier in bright sunlight, something the iPhone lacks. Both displays are breathtakingly vibrant, but there are subtle differences in color. The iPhone 16 Pro Max tends to lean towards warmer yellowish tones, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra has a cooler, more tealish hue. A standout feature for the iPhone 16 Pro Max is its ability to drop its brightness to just 1 nit for easier nighttime viewing, great for late-night scrolling. Performance. Now let's talk about what's under the hood. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chip, built on a second-generation 3nm process. This makes it incredibly efficient, with significant improvements in heat dissipation and sustained performance compared to its predecessor, the A17 Pro chip. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra is no slouch either. It runs on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, custom-tuned for Galaxy devices. While the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 performs well, especially in gaming and graphics-intensive tasks, it tends to throttle a bit sooner than Apple's A18 Pro under extreme stress. In benchmark tests, the iPhone 16 Pro Max leads in CPU performance, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra takes the edge in 3D graphics, scoring slightly higher in peak performance. However, Apple's new chip excels in long-term sustained performance, so if you're planning on pushing your phone to its limits, the iPhone may have a slight edge. Camera next. Let's discuss one of the most critical aspects of any flagship phone, the cameras. The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 48-megapixel main sensor paired with a new 48-megapixel ultra-wide sensor and a 12-megapixel telephoto lens with 5x optical zoom. Apple has also introduced a new lens coating to minimize lens flare, addressing a common complaint in previous models. On the flip side, Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra brings its camera game with a 200-megapixel main camera, a 50-megapixel zoom lens, a 10-megapixel telephoto camera with 3x zoom, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensor. Samsung has packed in more megapixels, but remember, megapixels aren't everything. The iPhone tends to produce more natural-looking photos, whereas the Galaxy S24 Ultra sometimes leans into oversaturation, delivering more vibrant images. In low-light photography, both phones perform exceptionally well, but Samsung's larger sensor can capture more detail in some scenarios. For video, the iPhone takes the crown with its 4K recording at 120 frames per second, ideal for capturing stunning slow-motion footage. While Samsung's camera app offers tons of customization, Apple's new camera control button provides a more intuitive experience for videographers. Battery life and charging. In terms of battery life, the iPhone 16 Pro Max packs a 4,685 mAh battery, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra edges it out with a 5,000 mAh battery. Both phones are more than capable of lasting through a day of heavy use, but Samsung's slightly larger battery may give it a slight advantage. When it comes to charging, Samsung takes the lead. The Galaxy S24 Ultra supports 45-watt wired charging compared to the iPhone's 20-watt charging speed. Samsung also has reverse wireless charging, which allows you to charge other devices like earbuds on the back of your phone, something Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't offer. Software. Lastly, let's compare software. Both iOS and One UI are polished, mature operating systems, but they offer different user experiences. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is a fantastic choice. But if you're looking for more customization options, better charging speeds, and love the idea of an S Pen, Galaxy S24 Ultra might be the perfect phone for you. Ultimately, both of these phones are top-tier devices with a ton to offer. Whichever one you choose, you're getting a powerful, feature-packed smartphone that will keep you ahead of the curve in 2024.